I want to talk about that stanza in just a few lines. So the first part is we and everything we perceive are interwoven. So if you stop there, that would be a description of a kind of innocence or a naive innocence, where that would be the image of Eden, where everything's interwoven. The lion and the lamb are sleeping together, and there's no self-consciousness, and the world is not yet divided into good and evil, but nothing yet is really happening. So it's life has not yet begun in that state. And so in some traditions, there's a strong pull to try to get back to that. And there's a pull in the psyche to try to want to just erase everything in my own mind, my own life, and my own feeling life that makes me feel ill at ease in some way. And I think if that project worked, I don't know if I would be that interested in it, but it might have some interest, but there's just a huge amount of effort that's required, because as you notice, if you sit even one period of meditation, your mind is not in your control. Just to say. Your mind is not in your control, your emotions are not in your control. Even your own body is not in your control. The images that pour through you are not in your control. Your dreams are a beautiful aspect of this, where they're really not in your control. They're outside the reach of the self that wants to manage and manicure, and I'm this, I'm not that. You notice if you'll get a dream, you might think, already the mind is editing it. Oh, I don't really want to, that part's not important, and this part makes me look, wonderful, so I'll tell my friend about this. So there's always a kind of negotiation with reality. But in meditation, there's this marvelous vessel where you're held in silence, and you're physically not able to go, and when your mind brings some sort of urgent request, it's got to be done now, you're held by the ritual, and actually by each other, to stay with the whole cascade of feelings and thoughts and emotions that come with that. And the image that always comes to me is Buddha and his enlightenment. That actually, every time you sit, that's who you are. You actually are Buddha, sitting under the bodhi tree, and you're having some portion of his enlightenment night. You're either seeing the morning star, and you and all beings are, with this morning star, I and all beings awaken. You might be having that moment at some point you're sitting. Or you might be being attacked by your thoughts and feelings, Mara, throwing spears at you, or trying to seduce you, or offering you power. But Buddha didn't sit there and not feel anything. I think that's a real misconception of what happened on that night and what meditation is. It's a being. Buddha felt, and everything poured through him. All the fear, all the longing, all the sorrows, and he touched the ground and stayed with all of the emotions and feelings and images. And so that when he walked into the world, he wasn't afraid of his own mind. And that's what the meditation practice gives you, some capacity to be able to tolerate the really, at sometimes violent, and you feel like you're drowning or you're burning or you're being dismembered. And the forces of transformation are really, especially at this point in Sesshin, they can be quite hard to bear, like on the edge of your capacity to bear. And it's really a tremendously beautiful and moving experience to have other people hold you when you can't. You can feel that, where you feel like you're on the edge, but you can feel everyone's with you.